Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on YouTube? It's Filthy, and we're back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. We are on the Filthy Raid account, buying the gem pack and seeing just how far we can get. We're on day 44, and today we start our CVC personal reward journey. So first CVC with personal rewards. Now, I do not fancy our chances of winning this at all because we're facing a level 15 clan. They've won the 38 previous CVC tournaments. They look to me suspiciously like somebody who throws the non-personal CVC reward ones just so they can get paired with a weaker early game clan and that they can poop all over them and win all of their personal rewards. But we can't just simply chuck the tournament, because when CVC does roll around next time, maybe we get matched up with a kind of similar-ish level clan and we can win. And at the moment we're in tier 1 because we haven't posted anything so far. And even if we did win and we posted 100,000 points, we're only going to get an epic book, which, you know, is not to be sniffed at. We of course would like all the rewards, but I'm thinking we probably want to be getting into tier 2, maybe tier 3. Now, I'm not saying that I think the account is strong enough to get like 250,000 points in a personal CVC. It would kind of depend on what happens in the next month or so, what resources we can save. But even if we got into tier 2 and we only, let's say, did 150,000 points, which I think could be manageable maybe, that would still be giving us a 4-star chicken epic book and some decent rewards. And if we got up to tier 3 and did the 150, well, we would be getting some 5-star legendary crit damage artifacts, which would be very nice. And if we could squeak a little bit further, we could get the 2 chickens and still get the epic book here. So looking at this, we're looking to probably put 100 to 150,000 on the table, even though I don't think we're going to win. So we'll talk a little bit about what we're going to do for the points. We do have a progressive shard chance event. I like buying 1 ticket to the raffle, particularly early game in CVC. We might get a brand new epic, which would be some nice points anyway. Looking at the champs on offer, I would absolutely love any of these legendaries. They're all fantastic. Some Wukong, most people will have got with the daily logins, so probably don't need him. Ragash is a brilliant defensive nuker with some really good utility. Astralon is in my main arena team on my level 100 account. I use him for damage and crowd control. I could maybe update that team, but he's got a really good kit. He's very useful in Dark Fae, very useful in lots of areas. And Robar is another decent nuker, does some stuns as well, which is pretty good. So all of those are fantastic. I think it makes the most sense to try and get some Wukong, just simply because we don't have him. But I am very tempted by Ragash because he is just a mental champion and he looks really cool. Maybe we'll leave him in because we've got Sun Wukong on the main account, and maybe we just go without him. At the 2 epics, Husk is the clear winner. AoE enemy max HP, so long-term end game viable Hydra champion. Armenia comes from a very strong faction, Barbarian, so early game I don't think you need her. You've got Shield Guard, War Maiden, Haikatoon, you get Still of the Drakes at some point. Barbarians, you're pretty stacked, so it's not a faction I think you need to go out of your way to pick a champion up. So Husk 100% is decent. He's also got some crowd control, stun and provoke, so he is a really good champion. So we have no void shards. I popped 3 looking for Maneater in the last progressive chance, which is a little bit of a bummer. I would be going Riho, and I would probably be going Prundar, I think. But we don't have any voids, so there's not much point talking too much about them. We could pop the Primal, again looking and hoping to get the Husk. I think we might do that. We've not had much luck out the Primals. I don't really see us getting a mythical champion anytime soon, so yeah, let's take 1 shard at this, and we'll go and talk generally about some CVC points. Okay, rare. A second Metal Shaper. Well, I mean, if we didn't already have one, this would be a cracking pull, because he does have this very unique ability where he puts a shield for 2 turns on a 2-turn cooldown when you get him booked out, and that is absolutely perfect for the Scarab boss, which is where we're kind of stuck at the moment. I was hoping we'd progress in this CVC, and that maybe we could get one of these blood rings for our Armiger. We could leave him then in his relentless gear, but if we do get hammered, then obviously that will not come to pass. So yeah, a little bit disappointing. Only 150 CVC points, and it was a dupe. Is Husk worth it to risk a Primal Shard for? I mean, potentially he is an end game viable champion, and if you get the chance to get one, maybe you should do. So yeah, let's go for it. Let's pull the Primal. Let's see how we go. Probably a mistake. We probably should have waited for the mythical champion. We get a Marauder, who is at least a new rare. I swear, all that I ever get out of these Primal Shards is rares. He's an HP based champion, so that's decent for Faction Wars, although Shadowkin we are quite strong on so far. Low chance to stun on his A1. You're probably never going to book this dude out, so 15% on there. He's got an AoE with a 50% chance of the small decreased attack. That's quite a decent move. Would book down to 3 turn cooldown if you were so inclined. Would also book up to 75% chance. And then he's got a provoke 50% chance on a 5 turn cooldown. Books down to 3 turns and goes up to 75% chance. He also puts a shield and reflect damage. So shield goes on himself, 20% of his max HP. Reflect damage on all allies except him. So that could be useful in Fire Knight. We've got a Wuzgar who does a really big reflect damage and shield, so we probably wouldn't build him. He only has a single hit on the A1, but overall he'd not be, if you're really early game, I'd say he's a potential champion to invest in. 15% HP aura as well, so not a terrible champion, but still a little bit disappointing. Right, looking at where we're going to go, unfortunately it's potion keeps for the double points. I wouldn't be touching that with a barge pole. It's just not worth the time, I don't think. And gem spend double points, I'm not going to be spending many gems, if any, this CVC, so unfortunately we are a little bit of a bust. We have so far got 30,000 points, there or thereabouts. We've got plenty of things we could craft in the forge, so that's a potential source of points. Other than that, we have booked up our Shiramani. I do think she's going to be fairly soon in the queue for 60, because I'm potentially going to put her in the clan boss team. We've got 2 books in the A3, getting her AoE freeze up to a 90% chance, which was nice. I really just wanted this move. This was the move that if we could have got one of the 3 or 4 books we put into it to land here, I would have stopped there, because I do think she can go into clan boss with a 3 turn cooldown for a 2 turn continuous heal. We can extend it with Valerie, and she would have been decent, I think, to slot in clan boss with the triple hit and brimstone on her. That was kind of the theory. So we still just have to keep looking for legendary books. Epic book wise, we've tried to book up Ugo. I might just finish her. I might save these books for the next personal reward CVC. I'll have a think on that, but again, there are some points that we can get out of her there. In terms of rares, we do already have a Metal Shaper who we just pulled. We could certainly book him up. You need this ability here on the 2 turn cooldown for his kits to work, so I will probably get that done. I tend to save all my books for CVC. It's just the easiest and fastest way to get points. Aside from that, it's just going to be, unfortunately, just a little bit of a play the game, because we're not strong enough to really progress into Faction Wars to make these points super valuable for us. We are not far enough along in Tag Arena for the Tag Arena fights to really be worth terribly much. Like, we do get points for them. For all this stuff, we will do it, of course, but it's not like when we're up to like silver or gold in Tag Arena, we can really max out those points. So we just have to kind of do the best that we can. Any double dipping we can get is going to be handy, so I've not rolled up any artifacts for this enhancement event. I will probably take a little bit of a nibble and at least get the rare book and probably the soul stone, because those 2 things are quite valuable. Superior potions, again, are nice. Energy is nice, the gems is effectively a refill, and the Immortal Soulstone, I mean, all of this stuff is useful. I'm not saying I'm going to sit here and get the 7,000 points, because we're only at 20 mil silver, but I haven't really sorted through any artifacts, so we've got like a whole bunch of new stuff here, to go through. I've crafted a bunch of righteous stuff again for the CVC, so I'm going to try and get my points up to about 100 to 150. I'm not sure how much I'm going to have to dip into the forge. I'm not going to touch the rest of these shards now. We want to save these for 2x. As I say, it's always worth buying a ticket to the raffle, and plus we'll pop up some mystery shards during this CVC, and if we get lucky we'll get a new rare again, because the account is pretty new. I haven't done any of the finite turn attacks, so again maybe we put a bit of time into this just to see if we can get maybe the soul shard. We'd have to, you know, probably get a bit of a move on with this today, but it is triple savage. Arena is an area that is quite high on my priority list to sort out. We've got a bunch, an absolute load of 4-star chickens we've made. I was hoping to get these used in the last champion training tournament, but I just didn't have the resources to press on for the Lego book. So we can maybe get Rectodrath up to 5-star. We can maybe get Magnar up to 6-star. We made a few 5-stars recently with the champs. You know, Stag Knight, great pull. He's very high in the queue for 6-star. Wuzgar, good champion. We might get away with him with 50 for a little bit because he's just going to be a very tanky champion anyway. But yeah, I think Magnar's going to be the next 60. So ultimately, save your books for CVC. Try and post a decent score if you can in your first personal rewards, even if you lose, just so that we can try and get ourselves up to tier 2 or tier 3, so that when we do progress we can scoop up all these goodies, because CVC is a wonderful place to get the rewards. Now I'm pretty confident we'll get the full 600,000 here. Maybe we could do with being in tier 2 because we're going to blast through this so comfortably, and these extra rewards, the epic books, chickens, shards would all be handy. So yeah, again, it might well be that we need to find a better clan that is at least tier 2, but at the moment I think we're fairly happy. Right, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope some of the tips were useful. Just do your best, just play the game, just see what you can do with your CVC points. I've been the Filthy Casual. Take it easy, guys. Peace.